Okay, so if you guys can hear motors in the background, it's actually from boats. Because I'm in a cave that's a hike up in the cliffs above the ocean in Southeast Asia right now. It's pretty interesting, pretty cool. I'll switch the camera around and I'll show the interest here in a little bit. But I can't use the big cameras because unfortunately for some weird reason they won't let me load the files onto my laptop to edit them up, so I'm stuck using the iPhone, which is working just fine. But I haven't really met anybody around here to ask about what might possibly be seen running around the jungles around Southeast Asia. But I have had shit piles of emails come in as usual, nonstop. And a U.S. veteran emailed me just recently to share what he watched go by him in the jungles of Vietnam in 1970. And this is pretty interesting to share. So I will share it with you in a sec. So I got a 47, so I had to use Sarah's phone to put the story into her notes, and then juice up my phone and set up my phone for the video so I can upload the video on YouTube from my phone. So here we go. Let me read this one for you guys. All right, picture this. Steve, I was at Fire Support Base Bastogne. It's B-A-S-T-O-G-N-E. Bastogne, west of Hue in 1970. They would have 3 of us go outside the perimeter over a hill that we could not see past. Spend the night in a hole with the radio, then come back when it got light out. Nice boat sounds out there. We would take turns staying awake and watching the tree line. A couple of hours before daylight, a dozen monkeys came by. Then I realized there are 2 people walking behind them. Thought it was game over, no time to react. Looked and did not see any weapons. Realized they were covered in fur. I calmed down and watched these 2 walk by. They were close, not over 15 feet away, working left to right. My impression it was a couple, a male and a female, with the male closest to me. Looked to be 5 foot and 4'6" tall, healthy looking, real fluid walking, had a no BS look. I could not see much of her. They were looking forward. If he had turned his head to have seen me, they were looking forward. If he had turned his head, he would have seen me. She was beside him and was blocked by his body. I wanted to see her real bad. It was all I could do not to whistle and get them to stop. Not the time and place to be messing around. Never told anyone about it till years later when the internet came out and I read about rock apes. Good, great, awesome stories you have on YouTube. Thanks. I'll leave his name out as usual, right? Just for the hell of it. But just so you know where I am. Here it is. There's the cave. There's bats in here. Just saw a big lizard thing go ripping by the trail. Sarah just had a heart attack. and there's 3 or 4 guys there up the trail from us, and they saw this lizard. It's only about a 4-foot lizard or something. Or I don't know what it's called. It looks like a miniature Komodo dragon. And they walk about 1 mile an hour, and he's walking up the trail towards these 3 big Middle Eastern guys, and they started screaming, "Make it stop, can you make it stop?" And then they took off ripping, grabbed all the stuff and ran like a pride of lions after him. It was pretty entertaining. But anyway, it's a little challenging to make these videos. I can't find a spot where it's really that quiet yet. Or maybe I'll have to get up earlier in the morning. I was gonna plan on getting up real early in the morning and hike up into this cave and film. But I'll have to do it later because these long-tail boats are ripping up and down the shoreline, and it's hot as hell out there, holy. So it makes it kind of tough to get up early in the morning too when it's so hot out. But we're safe, everything's cool, people are cool, it's fun, it's healthy. And of course, I'm feeling the urge to get home and hit some of those projects I got on the go, but they'll come in due time. And then, yeah. Anyways, funny, I get a few emails sent to me and videos sent to me from a few of my friends that I'm involved in some items with, and sometimes I find my patience might be getting a little shy when I have to deal with people who are shitting on people for what they've seen, because, and a lot of people might think that I'm letting people get to me, I'm being a hard ass, but I did the count, and there's over 6,000 emails into me from people who are having a bad time from what they saw. And you may not understand it, but that really, really makes me grind my teeth, especially when you know that every single one of you is being lied to 100%. And that really is making me pissed off. And I'm here to fight back. Can't help it, that's my nature. I'm here to fight back, and we're gonna release a whole pile of information this year with easily and smoothly, so that all of those people can get their credibility back and not be so messed up from this bullshit. So, but in the meantime, if I could pass on anything to anybody, I'm not going to dictate anything to anybody, but I just want to offer up and point in directions for you to see for yourself and learn. You know, one thing I really need, I would really hope that everybody looks at soon when you are looking to learn about this topic is the people who are assisting to keep this topic suppressed, the people who are directly lying to you, who are in the limelight all the time. And I need you to all to look at one factor, one trait that's similar with all of them, and it's this. It's the people, the individuals, the doctors, the TV shows, the individuals, they all get the most camera time on public television networks and documentaries and shows. There's two things they all have in common. Number one, they all really, really need you to believe that these beings are monkeys or gorillas, okay? And there's one other thing that goes hand in hand with that, is the fact that they need your money and they want your money. And that's very easy for every single one of you to find that out and figure that out for yourself, okay? And I want you to look into it. The names and the faces that you see most commonly with this topic in front of cameras, take a look at them. They all carry those two same common denominators, all right? They need you to believe it's a monkey or a gorilla, and they also want your money, and they want fame. There's a third thing, okay? So without me screaming out names and groups, it's way too easy. They supply that evidence themselves for you to see. And I can't, it's mind-boggling to me that they've made it this far and they've been this successful in keeping this topic going in an endless circle, because that's all they've been doing. But there's a group of us now that are gonna put an end to that, and we're gonna share the true, honest facts to everybody pretty quick. But make sure you look into that yourselves, all right? The people who want you to believe they're monkeys and gorillas also want your money. Easily proven. Look into them.